During a gold rush, it's a good time to be in the pick and shovel business. The video game market is the gold, and Unity is selling shovels. Created in 2005, Unity is a cross-platform video game engine that went public in September 2020. In this video, we'll see how Unity works, what is their business model, what are the growth opportunities and risks that they face, success stories, and more. If you find yourself enjoying this video at any given moment, feel free to click on the like button and subscribe to my channel. Just saying. Unity allows video game developers to create 2D and 3D games for all platforms instead of coding everything from scratch. You can create environments, import digital assets, and add logic to them, such as behavior, interactions, physics, and everything else. It's like Shopify for e-commerce. Of course, you can create your own website if you want, but you can also just subscribe to Shopify and have all the necessary e-commerce features at your disposal right away. So, Unity makes video game development faster and more accessible. According to themselves, about 53% of the top 1,000 mobile games were created using Unity engine. When it comes to the video game market, the most massive games, which are categorized as AAA titles, are usually developed using an in-house engine. It is equivalent to building your own pick and shovel before digging for gold. But now, more and more video game developers, including both the smaller independent ones and the big corporations, are turning to ready-made engines instead. And there are really two major ones of them, one being Unity and the other one Unreal. You might have heard about Unreal because it's owned by Epic Games, which also owns the massively popular game Fortnite. You might also have heard about them in the context of their war against Apple, but we'll get back to this point later. Just to name a few titles, for example, Fall Guys, Kerbal Space Program, and Okay, I cannot pronounce this, so let's just hear it from the developers themselves.
What is it? It's like Hearthstone.
Yeah, that game. They were created with Unity. Rocket League, Fortnite, obviously, Mass Effect were created with Unreal. And the games like Call of Duty, GTA, and Assassin's Creed use proprietary engines of their own. Let's open up the business model canvas and analyze Unity on top of it. So, Unity's customers are game development studios of all sizes, including individual developers. There are many stories of solo entrepreneurs who created relatively simple but addictive mobile games using Unity and managed to create a fair monthly revenue from them. Some people weren't even so familiar with video game creation and coding to start with, and yet they came up with a working app several months later. But although Unity's primary market is definitely video games, they also have clients who use it for totally different purposes when they need to create 3D renderings. For example, architecture, design, engineering, product prototypes, manufacturing, and film. Yep, it can also be used to create cinematic video. So these are all segments that Unity wants to grow in the future. When it comes to their revenue model, the engine is actually free to use for anyone who generates less than $100,000 of revenue with their app. So you can start using Unity for free and even make up to $100,000 with your project before you'll need to pay a monthly subscription per user. If this sounds positively aggressive to you, Unreal actually raised the bar even higher to $1 million of revenue. However, after that, they take a 5% commission on earnings instead of fixed monthly subscriptions, which is a wildly different business model. Unity categorizes subscription revenue as part of their Create solutions, but they also have other products which are part of the Operate solutions. They are selling hosting and infrastructure services to run the games, voice chat services, and more. These are things that can be purchased separately from the engine. For example, companies that build games using Unreal Engine can still use Unity Operate services. But the biggest chunk of Unity revenue now comes from another service in the Operate Solutions category, which is monetization with ads. Basically, Unity created its own mobile ads platform and auction system. So a mobile game developer can create, host, and monetize their game with ads using Unity service. and Unity will get a share of the revenue. But their ads platform can also be used separately from any other Unity service. In this category, Unity's success depends on the success of the game developers themselves. The more people play their games, the more ads they see, and the more the developers and Unity earn. So in the mobile advertising area, Unity competes directly with a similar service from Google, which is called Google Admob. By the way, who even came up with this name, right? I mean, yeah, I get it, it's Admob, like mob as in mobile, but it also sounds like a mob of ugly ads will spam attack my phone and saturate my screen until I can't click anywhere to get rid of them, right? Although this sounds pretty much exactly like the reality, so I guess it makes sense. Also, Unity provides developers with the ability to monetize their games with in-app purchases, but they're not taking a cut on these transactions as of the time of this recording. And I guess they probably never will, because the developers are already ripped off 30% of all their in-app purchases by the App Store and Google Play. So no one's gonna dare add yet another commission on top of that, while the developers are already feeling abused by the 30% one. This oversized commission pushed Fortnite to purposefully break the contract terms on the App Store by allowing players to purchase in-app items directly, bypassing the 30% cut and therefore making it cheaper. In reaction to that, Apple immediately banned Fortnite from the App Store, which was a fair and expected reaction. However, Apple wanted to go further and drop a nuclear bomb on Epic Games, the owner of Fortnite, by also blocking their Unreal Engine developer account, therefore affecting the entire ecosystem of games built around it just to punish Epic Games. Fortunately, the justice system prevented this abusive move, but the fact remains that Apple is ready to use disproportionate force against anyone. Coming back to Unity, such a potential risk of being banned from an app store for whatever reason is highlighted in their S1 IPO document as well. Another big risk being their involvement in China, which represents the big market. China is both a huge opportunity for growth and also a risk because of the worsening trade war with the United States, especially in the technology sector. The video game alliances have so far been exempt from it. Unlike other services, they are free to operate, and there are many partnerships with Chinese companies such as Tencent. But the politics are unpredictable and can have a massive impact. Besides that, the video game market is constantly growing overall, and growing even faster on mobile, where Unity is better positioned. This, by the way, is an interesting story of focusing on underserved niches. Unreal Engine was more focused on traditional PC and console games since the beginning, and even today it's considered being more powerful than Unity. When Unity was launched, they focused on Mac games instead and then on mobile ones, which were considered a small niche back in time. But since this market later grew to become even bigger in size than PC and console games combined, Unity was better positioned to reap the benefits. Now they are already better positioned for AR and VR markets as well, although they still didn't reach mainstream adoption. In our bestseller course about business model innovation, we explain and show many examples of strategies like this, how companies succeeded and beat their competition by doing things differently. If you're interested in business strategy, or you own a business and need ideas to find new sources of growth or optimize your processes to become more lean and adapt to changes and threats of the market, then go ahead and check out the link to our course in the description of this video. Before we finish, just a few last words about Unity's business. In terms of geographical diversification, they are well positioned since they claim to have about 30% of their business coming from each main economic region of the world: North America, Europe, and Asia. In terms of their clients, they don't have any single one which would represent more than 10% of their revenue, which means they don't depend too much on any one client in particular. Also, they have more than 700 customers that contribute more than $100,000 to their annual revenue, and about 60 of them are using Unity for other industries than gaming. However, with all this being said, Unity never made a profit since its years of existence, even though the revenues are growing. Somehow it now seems that companies which never make a profit are the cool ones. If you enjoyed this video, do click on the like button and subscribe to my channel to watch more. See you soon!